Hey everybody, Chad Avalanche fan here with Let's Review a Game. So, if you may recall, a couple weeks ago I did a video game review of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Wheelie Breakers. And as far as I know, I didn't have too much to say about it. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. I had nothing good to say about it. I don't think. If I did, it was like maybe one sentence. So, I did come across another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, and this one I can't really say too much bad about it. It is a decent game, in my opinion, anyway. Game I have here, it's still another Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, but don't worry, I'll do other video game reviews eventually. I got Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters Colliseum for the PS2. Now, basically what this game, as most people would describe it, I would say, it's mostly like a chess game, which I do sort of agree with. Basically, you start off with you get capsule monsters, and basically you move them like chess pieces. Some move vertically, some move diagonally, some will move, they hop every other space. I don't know how to explain that. And basically the game's over either when all your capsule monsters are destroyed or if your tower gets destroyed, which is sort of like your king piece, I guess you could say. And the only way you can win is if you destroy your opponent's tower or destroy all your opponent's capsule monsters. Now, with this game, actually, at first when I played it, I did sort of dislike it because I did have a hard time with it. But after actually sitting down and really trying it and getting used to the rules, it did turn out to be a pretty decent game. So now, every time I look at this game and go back to it, it's a pretty good game, actually. The graphics in this game are very good, considering it was made, I think it was like 2004, I think? I don't know if it says. Yeah, as far as I can see, it doesn't say here. But I think it was made like 7 years ago or something like that. It would have to be made a long time ago if it's for the PS2. But yeah, like I said, the graphics were good. The voices in the game, the characters are very well done. They sound exactly like the characters, like Tem, Joey, Kaiba, Pegasus, Merrick, Bakura, and all them. The voices were done very well. Basically, the point of the game, the storyline's basic. Basically, you play as the Pharaoh and you go through different arenas, you battle your opponents, and you go for the title of Capsule Monsters Champion. So it's a basic storyline. There's a lot of interesting things about this game. First of all, instead of, no, I shouldn't say that, you can fuse monsters like in the card game, but instead you merge your capsules. Also, you can evolve your capsules once they get strong enough or if they meet a certain requirement. I think Dark Magician, if you get him to a certain level, you can evolve him into Magician of Black Chaos. With Red Eyes Black Dragon, if you get him to a certain level as well, you can evolve him into Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. You can evolve Great Moth into Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, and there's a whole bunch of different things. So it is kind of interesting. The other thing they found kind of strange, which in a way doesn't make sense, when you save the game, now usually when you save a game, for the most part, it would have 3 different file spaces, so you can save 3 different games. In this game, there's 27 different files you can save it to. So you could be playing 27 different files of this game. That would be crazy. You wouldn't be able to keep track unless you wrote it down or something. So I found that kind of interesting. It's like, why would you have 27 files? It's like, are you really going to play 27 different games? It doesn't really make sense. But then again, basically with the game, you level up your capsules, and once you beat the game, you can play the same file again, and your creatures are all the same level. So I can see a reason why you want to start over, but really, 27 different files? That seems a bit much. Usually I think 5 would be the most, but 27 is just going a bit, or actually not a bit, way too far in my opinion. But who knows? They must have had their reasons. An issue with this game, though, or your biggest enemy in this game, isn't your opponents or that, it's the camera angle. A lot of times the camera angle just goes haywire. Even when you set it to what you like it for, odds are most of the time it'll just turn the camera angle to something totally different, and you got to keep switching it back constantly. And that's the only thing I find annoying about this game, is that very thing, just adjusting the camera constantly. It hardly ever stays still. If it does, then you're lucky. Um, but it always changes. There are some levels in the game that the camera angle stays still, and there's other times where it just doesn't, and I can never really keep track. So it is quite hard to get the camera angle under control. But besides that, the game isn't too bad. It is a bit different from the usual card dueling game, like the handheld systems, like the World Championships and that. It definitely takes a step away from that. But I think it is overall it's not the best Yu-Gi-Oh game, I would say, but it's definitely not the worst one. For example, Wheelie Breakers being the worst one. So it is a decent game. So if you're looking to try a new Yu-Gi-Oh game that doesn't involve the cards, I'd recommend this game. It's not totally terrible. It's pretty good. Admitted, when you play for the first time, it is kind of confusing, but as you do play on, though, it does get more easier to understand. It does become a fun game. So I would say, if I had to rate this out of 10, I would say I'd rate it 8.5 out of 10. There are some small issues with the game, but overall it is a very good game, in my opinion. I'd say if I pulled this game out again like 5 years, I'd probably still play it. It's still good. So on that, that's pretty much it. I don't have any other Yu-Gi-Oh games. Well, I do have other Yu-Gi-Oh games to review, but I think next time I do a review, I'll probably do something different. Maybe Pokemon. No. I have to go looking through my old games. I got a lot of games to do, so maybe I'll pull a game out that I haven't played in about 10 years, see if I can do a review on that. So, on that, guys, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video game review of Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters Colliseum, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.